What is up, my kings and queens, my beautiful dragonflies, and welcome back. I am back with another video, and I hope everyone has had an amazing day. We're back with Mr.Nightmare, and this is YouTubers who did horrible things. And I read the disclaimer. Yeah, YouTube this, YouTube that. Yeah, so we're gonna watch. So sit back, relax, get your snacks, and let's get into the video. And if you hear like an airy sound, that is my fan. Yeah, so sit back, relax, let's get into it.
There are all kinds of people on YouTube. It's a place where anyone can vent to an audience or express themselves. That's why these stories of YouTubers turned killers are especially disturbing, as their video histories in a sense document their descents into madness. Elliot Roger was an English vlogger known for creating videos in his car, often telling of his depression for not being able to attract girls and how life was unfair. In most of his videos, Elliot displayed narcissistic tendencies by expressing his confusion and why girls don't pay him any mind despite his self-described good looks, good personality, nice car, and sense of fashion.
I've been attending college in Santa Barbara for about 2.5 years now. And in those 2.5 years, I've experienced nothing but loneliness and misery. And my problem is girls. There are so many beautiful girls here, but none of them give me a chance, and I don't know why. I don't know why you girls are so repulsed by me. It doesn't make sense. I do everything I can to appear attractive to you. I dress nice. I'm sophisticated and magnificent. I have a nice car.
Maybe they get off weird vibes,
well,
or you can't take no
90% of the people
for an answer.
You know, I'm polite. I am the ultimate gentleman. And yet, you girls, you never give me a chance. I don't know why.
On May 23rd, 2014, Elliot uploaded a video to his YouTube channel, once again complaining about how females would throw themselves at obnoxious men over himself, that they would be punished for not showing him interest.
For the last 8 years of my life, ever since I've hit puberty, I've been forced to endure an existence of loneliness, rejection, and unfulfilled desires, all because girls have never been attracted to me. I don't know why you girls aren't attracted to me, but I will punish you all for it. It's an injustice, a crime, because I don't know what you don't see in me. I'm the perfect guy. And yet you throw yourselves at all these obnoxious men, instead of me, the supreme gentleman. I will punish all of you for it.
That same day, Elliot made headlines for killing 6 people and injuring 14 near the University of California, Santa Barbara, in the infamous 2014 Isla Vista massacre before taking his own life after a police pursuit. On that day, he stabbed 3 men in his apartment, and about 3 hours later, he drove to a sorority house, and after failing to get inside, shot 3 women outside, and later shot a male student in a nearby deli. Elliot would later speed through Isla Vista and get into a gunfire exchange with police, suffering a non-fatal wound to the gut. During the police pursuit, Elliot would fire at the police from his vehicle and hit people with his car. After crashing into a parked vehicle, Elliot took his own life with the same gun he'd been using. Perhaps what makes this scarier than any other murder spree is that the fact that Elliot's final video shows him outlining the details about his upcoming attacks in an attempt to punish women for rejecting him and to punish sexually active men for living a more enjoyable life than his.
On the day of retribution, I am going to enter the hottest
Hearing the story again
of UCSB. I will slaughter every single spoiled, stuck-up blonde I see inside there. I'll take great pleasure in slaughtering all of you. You will finally see that I am, in truth, the superior one, the true alpha male.
After the video was made public, Roger emailed a lengthy autobiographical manuscript to approximately a dozen acquaintances and family members. The document, which he titled My Twisted World, was made available on the internet. In it, he described his childhood, family conflicts, frustration over not being able to find a girlfriend, his hatred of women, his contempt for minorities, and his plan for what he described as retribution. Elliot goes down to be perhaps the most well-known example of a YouTuber turned killer. It's well known as retribution. Elliot goes down to and his plan for what he described as retribution. Elliot goes down to be perhaps the most well-known example of a YouTuber turned killer.
I don't get it. You had an amazing life. Like, what happened? Like, what is...
Trey Sessler, better known as LensCat Productions or Mr. Anime, was an anime and film enthusiast who once reviewed anime on YouTube.
Well, today I'm reviewing Maple Story. Let's get right to the Maple Story. There's a legendary tree that lives on Maple Island. Well, it used to live there. It was destroyed a long, long time ago.
Back in 2006, Trey was known for basically kickstarting the YouTube anime community with his reviews. He helped inspire some of the biggest names in the anime community, and was generally considered to be a very well-known personality on the internet. But somewhere along the way, Trey's videos transitioned from being about normal things like anime, video games, and even talking about guns, to videos about serial killers, killing animals, and using real guns. In February 2012, he announced that he was taking a break for 2 to 3 weeks to reward himself for his work.
This is just an update video to let you guys know that I'm going to reward myself with probably a 2 or 3 week break coming up here from YouTube videos, anime reviews in particular. I might do some blog stuff. I want to thank you guys a lot for sticking with me and watching the channel. I got more subscribers than ever. I have more views than ever, and everything is going really good.
On March 20th, 2012, Trey took the lives of his mother, father, and older brother Mark. After committing the acts, he wrote on the walls, "Why did I do this? I love my mom, dad, and brother." Trey's fascination with guns was seen early on, but nobody could have ever suspected he would commit the heinous acts he did. Friends even described him as a highly intelligent and kind-hearted guy. Interrogations found that he had actually done what he did to his family to spare them from knowing that he planned to target Waller Junior High School, with his goal being to have at least 70 victims.
70?
I would protect them with my life. At the same time, if anyone was going to hurt them, it was going to be me. Or they were the first immediate human targets in my sight. And if I was going to go out and do anything, they would have to go. And I'm like, there's my opportunity. Go ahead, go get him.
A close friend of Trey's, Tyler Adams, claimed that Trey's mind had gone astray over the years, and the only true sign of his decline was that his videos and movies would get more and more violent as time passed. Once he was arrested, Trey was sentenced to life in prison. In late 2020, his channel was terminated.
Oh, I bet. You know what?
Samantha Walford is a former YouTuber who aspired to become an actress. Samantha was a mother of 5, married to her husband Ernie, whose relationship she documented in her YouTube videos. She would constantly complain about her husband working all the time, even though they had 5 children to support. She would also complain about his love for playing video games. In fact, the reason for their marriage was because in 2014, the couple got into a fight over Ernie's gaming character marrying a female character online, and so Samantha threatened to leave Ernie, but to end the battle, he asked her to marry him. Samantha would complain that there was no thrill in her life, and that she wanted to be a famous actress. On the night of February 20th, 2015, Samantha would give her 5 children high dosages of Ambien so that they could sleep through what was going to happen that night.
Oh no,
Samantha had hired 3 men to kidnap and murder her husband. The 3 men would enter the home, and before abducting him, they would beat and whip Ernie in front of his wife. Ernie pleaded and begged them not to hurt his family during this process. No one listened. They then dragged him out to the middle of the woods where they killed him. Once an investigation went into place, Samantha was interrogated. However, police didn't buy her story. During the interrogation process, Samantha tried to point the authorities in the direction of Jonathan Sanford, one of the 3 kidnappers, claiming that she met him at the hospital while visiting a friend and that he took offense upon hearing about her husband's abusive behavior. Sanford was arrested along with his brother Jose Antonio Ponce, and the 2 were charged with aggravated kidnapping. However, the 2 men were able to provide proof that Samantha was the mastermind behind the plan, along with the 3rd kidnapper, Octavius Rhymes.
Land him.
Talking about her relationship with me and Jay and my sister-in-law and all
I don't understand what is going on in your head.
Me
Like,
trying to talk to her and
my
help her
gosh,
out and all that
my
stuff. She seems like a good person to me. She was explaining to me how he treats the kids and all that. If I ever see it, or if I happen to be around, or if I ever see her with bruises or the kids with bruises, that. So yeah, I said I told your dad. I did say I hospitalized him. I'm gonna put you down and make sure you can't come back up on my ass that I'm walking away.
Jonathan brings the sheriff to Ernie's body, a remote location in the woods. Ernie was in his boxers, having been beaten to the point that he was no longer coherent, right before Ponce shot him in the back of the head. The 3 men had initially planned to plant drugs in Ernie's vehicle and call the cops on him. However, things changed when Samantha requested that they just kill him. Samantha denied knowing the 3 men that did this, but her phone records would eventually prove otherwise. Having been in contact with all 3 of them before the murder, Samantha was sentenced to 99 years in prison. Many believed that she did this for fame, while others thought that Samantha did this because Ernie threatened to leave her and take the children with him. Being a mother who put her children through neglect for a YouTube channel was clearly not something Ernie was willing to settle for.
I don't understand.
Randy Robert Stair, who called himself Andrew Blaze, was a YouTuber who worked at Weiss Markets. He had kept detailed videos, recordings, and journals leading up to what he'd eventually do on his YouTube channel called Pioneers Productions, but also to other social media profiles and online forums. In these uploads, he expressed his willingness to end his own life while addressing the personal tragedies he's experienced, which led him to a depression. He would also begin to question his gender identity.
The more I wore girl clothes, the more I felt like that was who I was. Like I felt like I was a girl, and I found out that I was. I was never meant to be a guy. I was just a female soul trapped in a man's body my whole life.
And as he continued his downward spiral, he would begin to provide detailed explanations of his plan.
Okay. That's understandable. You can be who you want to be, but sometimes we gotta talk, communicate with people who understands of who we are. I'm just saying, you can be who you want to be, but don't freaking, I gotta say, like, aspire and go crazy. Like, come on. Can't do that.
Plans for carrying out a shooting, and explained his belief that these murders would allow him to cross over to an animated world he'd imagined. Randy also had a concerning obsession with the Columbine High School massacre, and seemed to look up to the perpetrators Dylan and Eric as his heroes. Randy's YouTube channel featured short sketches and collaborations he had done with other content creators, but in 2014, due to a number of alleged unfortunate events that had happened in his life, Randy explained to his audience that he'd be taking his content in a different direction. This led to the creation of Ember's Ghost Squad, a series based on a fictional character from the Nickelodeon show Danny Phantom, due to his obsession with the character Ember McLean. On the night before the shooting, Randy uploaded a final video titled Westboro High Massacre. In it, he described
screwed me over in the honest video and maybe some of the animators should be for all the animators who didn't show me sorry. Everyone who agreed to help in general made me feel like I had anyone. To everyone who agreed to help in general, it made me feel like I didn't. To the fans who will appreciate what I managed to be doing.
describes his hatred towards the people involved with the series because of how he believes they screwed him over. It then featured an animated sequence depicting him and one of the characters from Ember's Ghost Squad firing into a fictional high school before ending with montages of previous videos explaining the motives behind the shooting.
You know, my life's not been the greatest.
See, there are the signs.
We've all got problems. It's not just me. Everybody does. And then sometimes those things just make you make bad choices. No.
The next day, Randy arrived for his late-night shift at Weiss Markets during closing time at around 11 p.m. Randy went to the back of the store to the crew area and blocked an emergency exit at the far back of the store. He then continued with his duties, stocking shelves and cleaning up from the previous day. Randy then went back to the crew area in the back of the store, blocked the remaining exits, then locked the automatic doors at the main entrance to the store. He then pulled out 2 shotguns that he had concealed in a duffel bag and walked around the store and took the lives of 3 co-workers. One co-worker who managed to survive and escape called the police, but by the time police had arrived, Randy had already taken his own life.
It was so crazy. It had to be something mental. Like, where are the signs? Like, where are the parents? I know they probably wasn't aware, but it's like, what in a right mindset would you to do this? You know what I'm saying? The first story, guess he turned spoiled, you know, and second story, there should have been signs, something obviously triggered him. The girl, it's a lot how you grew up, how it's just a mental thing, you know. It's just, all I gotta say is wish nothing but the best for everyone, you know. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning into this video. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that wonderful stuff. Be sure to check out my music in the description below, and yeah, more videos to come. Love you guys. Have the most awesome, positive day. Stay grateful, stay blessed. Peace. Love you.
My life, feeling so grateful for everything in my life.